Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. So, she has coffee today. I went and got a Starbucks, which is my second coffee of the day. So my order at Starbucks is an iced oat milk blonde espresso, a vanilla latte, because the Starbucks coffee isn't that great. That being said, if you guys caught some of my content on socials this week, I did a video testing out Chobani's creamer as my mother was in the States and I asked her to pick it up for me. And you guys, Americans, like, my coffee routine is so sacred and I'm obsessed with it, but it's so European. I already knew that, but I just kind of confirmed it even more. I was saying that, like, coffee in the States just feels like it's all sugar. Like the creamer, I was so tempted because I had seen it online. I was like, it looks so good. Oh man, I'm not going to say it wasn't good, but I like my coffee a little more like strong and less sweet. Does that make sense? Maybe. So I do find I'm a Starbucks girly. I think they do more like espresso style coffees. Even when it's vanilla, it's tolerable. It's not like you're just drinking a milkshake. So welcome back. Let's do this. I had this idea today to film for you guys a video on the astrology for all 12 zodiac signs for the month of June. And I haven't actually fully looked at all of the astrology. I mean, I know a little bit about where the planets are right now. Of course, I don't know a little bit. I know a lot about where the planets are right now. But I had this idea that it would be really fun to just pull cards for you guys for the next month ahead and see what each zodiac sign is going to go through or experience. I'm really excited for you guys because Jupiter is in Gemini. It just moved signs. This is a big deal. Jupiter doesn't move signs very often. It spends about a year in each zodiac sign. So we're talking like your experience of Jupiter in Gemini as it's in right now is going to be a once in every 12-year scenario. So this is very cool. Last night I let my deck get anointed. Ooh, it's definitely got something going on there. With some crystals. So I put some rose quartz on it. And I also put this raw citrine, or natural citrine. Yeah, it's not a raw natural, actually it's a beautiful piece on it. And then I put one of my favorite little chevron-y points of amethyst that my friend Athena gifted to me over the astrology deck. So, and then I let them lay out in the sun a bit. So I'll keep those three crystals here as we kind of see where we're at, shuffle the cards in. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what's in store here. I'm excited to see what June is going to be like for all of us. Now, if you don't know, first of all, do I need to introduce myself? I feel like I see a lot of people doing that. My name's Stephanie. I'm based in Ottawa-Gatineau area, Ottawa, Canada, for those who don't know what that is like. And I am an astrologer, and my gift is intuitively weaving the story of, sorry, I'm getting comfortable on my pillow, is intuitively weaving your story through your birth chart. And I absolutely love astrology. I've been studying it for 7 years. My background prior to that was in fashion journalism and fashion. So I did like a 180, oh my God, a 180 times 2, like a 360. What did we do? We did all the things. My challenge has always been like, how do I show astrology content in a way that feels personal to me online and is also digestible? So I think that's something that I really struggle with when I'm consuming astrology content, is that it doesn't feel digestible for all of us, you know? So I think that's something that I really want to prioritize. So with that being said, today we are going to do all 12 zodiac signs here, and we're going to start with Aries, and it's going to be your forecast for the month of June 2024. So let us see what is going going to come up for us. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to get headphones in case we hear some outside noise. Okay, guys, we're back. I figured out the headset information here, so I had to tune out. There's like this really intense construction happening, and I just couldn't focus with it there. But 'tis the season, and that's what happens when, you know, you want to film something outside. It's out of your control. So we're just going to reshuffle the cards quickly. And I just want to look at a message for Aries for the month of June, please. The Two of Cups is here. So what's really interesting is this has come up twice around Aries, and I think it's a really, really important message for Aries, rising and Aries sun signs alongside the 12th house here. So there is a challenging aspect between you and someone else, or a decision that you have to make that is really asking you to look at your capacity to grow through this. And what I find is really interesting to this omen is that right now in Aries we have Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded kind of part of us. And I think Mars in Aries right now is really upticking our desire to put a thing forward, our desire to prove ourselves. It's in its dominion. And that's a really challenging space when we're looking at cards like this that are asking us to really look at what is actually going on versus what our minds think is going on, or what our minds really want to go on. So I just want to get a little more information for Aries for the month of June here. Cards are dancing, we love it. Okay, here we go. The Hermit reversed. There's a reluctance, look at the visual on that. I mean, that is just so beautiful. There's a reluctance to, give me 1 second, to look at the truth within you and to really be in the space of self-actualization where you are honoring your truth, where you are honoring fearlessly what is important to you. It feels like there's a big part of something that's healing this month. So when we know we have Jupiter going through Gemini, a new sign, and we see something like the Two of Cups, this feels very Gemini energy to me. So perhaps there's something that was said, or there's something that was promised and it's not actually living out to its full threshold or its full intention. What are you learning through the experience? Because it feels like there's something that you need to let go of, and it's actually a moment of releasing the need to put yourself out there and really just honoring your internal growth, your internal momentum. I know this is really hard for an Aries. Aries is very physical and visceral and forward action, like intentional. So stay put Aries. Let's do that in June, okay? Let's take the opportunity to move away from our dependence on another, or our dependence to prove ourselves on another. And let's lean into these two cards, the Hermit reversed with the 12th house, and take that time for yourself to really just go deep, to really just remove yourself from your dependence on someone else or someone else's dependence on you. You got to do things alone, and there's a reluctance to do it alone, and you've got to surrender. Surrender means let it go. Release all expectation around that scenario. Taurus. How are we doing for June, Taurus? That's been living with Jupiter there for a bit and just left. We just had pretty intense full moon where Jupiter was at 29 degrees of Taurus. And we have Uranus that's really working its way through the late degrees of Taurus and just pushing us to get uncomfortable and move out of our fixed state. Beautiful. Okay, what else do we have for Taurus for the month of June? Here we go. So Taurus, for you we have Capricorn reverse. So this feels like an omen of how hard you're working. It feels like how hard you're working. You're not getting the recognition. You're not able to move ahead in how you want to in your workspace, so in your 10th house energy. That being said, it feels like your judgment is off a little bit, and you're actually perhaps blaming yourself a little bit too much and being too hard on yourself. Release that, release that. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, and we have the Lovers here, and I feel like this is an amazing omen of someone in your life that is supporting you through this, and perhaps through your goal-oriented mindset, you're not able to see all of the blessings that are around you. Jupiter just exited your sign, as I was saying, at 29 degrees of Taurus. This feels really, really relevant information because there has been an aspect of joy and something that has been a little bit of, if not a lot of a blessing for you. And it feels like you've got your eyes a little bit closed on that because you're so, it's kind of like you can't see the forest for the tree right now. You're just so focused on your lack of capacity to bring in a result that you're really you're really gripped into. I think there's a little bit of a release that needs to happen there, and your perception, your perspective on what is reasonable has kind of lost its way here. So it feels like your wheels are spinning a bit. I think there's a pivot that needs to happen. There's a relationship in your life that it's a female energy. And you know what's really interesting is in this deck of cards that I'm pulling from, they made it really inclusive, and there's 3 lover series. There's 3 lovers cards. There's a heterosexual relationship, there's 2 women, which for me can be friendship, and there's also 2 men. And the card that came up here is 2 women. So I definitely think the visual here is really interesting. It's feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is here. There's a woman in your life that is helping you succeed, or that is pushing you to move in the direction of your worth. The focus is on there. That's where the abundance is. You're focusing on material abundance, and you've kind of lost your way. Maybe it feels like things aren't fair, and you've kind of lost a little bit of that perspective. That storyline is continuing for you in the month of June. You want to be mindful of growth. You want to be mindful of growth, and where you are actually self-denying the blessings that are around you because you're focused on what's comfortable for Taurus, which is the material well-being. So who is in your corner, who is supporting you, who is rallying with you, and how can you use that energy to manifest more of what you're actually hoping to manifest in the physical, but that feels like it's just falling short for you. The relationship quality that is also natural to Taurus energy, because your Venus ruled, is really in focus, and it seems like it's in the limelight in the month of June. And I think that that relationship can provide you with a lot more of the results, but you have to be willing to see things in a different way. You have to be willing to be curious, which is a very Gemini thing, about how you can see things in a different way, about how you've been maybe a bit closed-minded and maybe even a little bit unfair to yourself and to others perhaps, but to yourself first and foremost. So release that for the month of June, and keep your eyes and heart open to the relational blessings that are around you. Gemini, what is your score for the month of June? That feels really good. What is Gemini moving through in the month of June? Gemini, beautiful. A lot of the cards are reversed, okay? So the story here is there's the moon reversed here, so we're dealing with an emotional experience. Interestingly, the other cards that came up, there's an arcana, the judgment card is up again from the same season as Taurus. The 8 of Pentacles is here upright, and the Knight of Pentacles is here reversed. So this feels like what you've tried to put forward has felt futile. You're not seeing things clearly, unfortunately, Gemini. It feels maybe like it's a little bit of stop go. You're definitely in your feelings, but there's like a stubbornness or maybe just like a self-inflated version of your feeling that actually is not seeing the full picture. For you, you're just like, what am I doing here? I am toiling away at something that is not getting the results that I am hoping for, and you're living very much in your physical. There needs to be more of a connection to your heart in the right way. It feels like the connection to your heart is really closed and you're just on the defensive, or maybe the offensive. You're not allowing for the reality of a situation to play its truth forward. So what are you hoping to put out there? Because this momentum of just doing things really quickly through the month of June is going to continue to teach you and show you that same frustration that you're feeling. So you have this opportunity right now, I think, to connect more into your vulnerability, more into your emotional wealth versus that physical result well-being and that physical goal. This Gemini moment for me feels like it could be the result of Pluto and Jupiter in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, the relationship that the month starts off with, where we have Jupiter sextiling Pluto, Jupiter Gemini 2 degrees, Pluto 2 degrees of Aquarius, and we have those two relationships sextiling each other. And it's really interesting because the semi-sextile card is here and allowing as a relationship between all of these cards. It just feels like something's gotta go, and it's sort of like this ego. I think it's an ego energy. So that means something that you're caught up with, where the wheels are just tirelessly spinning in your mind and you're trapped. You're like, why am I not getting these results? Why is it not happening the way that I want it to happen? But the reality is it's never going to happen that way, because you're not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing things for what they are. Allow Jupiter to bring in those blessings, but they can't come in unless you remove something that's got to go. So face your fear around what really has to go. The fear is here. The fear is here. Face the fear. Face the fear. The answer is on the other side of that fear, okay? June's going to start off a little tricky for you in that regard, Gemini, but you've got this. Let's see where Cancer's at in the month of June. What will Cancer be experiencing in the month of June? Cancers. Ooh. Okay, Cancer. Oh. Okay, there's a lot of cards there, so here we go. 4 of Cups is here. You're almost there, Cancer. You're almost there. There is something that you're trying to initiate into existence, and it feels like you're almost there. Taurus card is here. That's really interesting, because for me, that's bringing in these planets that have just brought in blessings, that have just exited Taurus. Notably, there was a conjunction between Venus and Jupiter in Taurus at 29 degrees recently. And I feel like that was really something that offered a moment of blessing for your hard work. But the Devil card is also here. So you feel stuck. And it's almost like you're being a little bit impulsive with your intentions, your actions, your ideas of what you deserve. Are you missing out on what's in front of you? Because the 4 of Cups is here and it's reversed. So it feels like there's a blessing that is there. The 10 of Pentacles in here. This is a fantastic card typically. But in the context of the read and the layers of it, it feels like you are so focused on what should have been or what could have been or what you thought would have been, that you've kind of missed the boat and you're feeling a little bit stuck. Like maybe you're considering a pivot, maybe you're considering doing something differently. To me, that feels like you are, these two cards feel like they go hand in hand, Cancer. The Fool and the Devil here. You're denying what needs to go. You're not looking at something that is in relation to where your mind's at. Something that's in relation to where your mind's at, and you have to be truthful about this, because the opportunities are there, the blessings are there. If you connect to your feminine energy, if you connect to your feminine intuition, if you commit to being just vulnerable enough to see things differently, you're going to see the silver linings instead of feeling like they narrowly missed you, or what could have been is not enough. What could have been is not enough. There is enough around you. There is enough around you. You're staying, you're getting in your own way, and you don't need to pivot. You don't need to pivot. You need to stay put. You need to stay the course. You need to look at where you aren't being honest with what blessings have come your way and where you're seeking out more. But more why? More why? Have you not expressed enough gratitude or enough abundance? The blessings are there. I don't even feel like they're coming. They're there. They're there. Is it not what you expected? And in that way, are you feeling a little bit stuck and like you have to do something different to gain more? You don't need more. It's enough. It's right there. If you can't celebrate what's in front of you, how will you ever have appreciation for what else could be, you know? Okay. Let's see Leo here. Let's see Leo. Leo. What's Leo got coming up for the month of June? No, Leo, you're a fixed sign. So as a fixed sign, you were impacted by this Jupiter-Pluto sextile energy, especially if you have placements around that 2-degree mark of Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Taurus. Leos will be impacted. So your month might have started out a little bit like, you can have this, but you have to be willing to let go of X, Y, Z, you know? Leos, how are we doing? Oh, yeah, Leos. That feels like it was a tough thing to let go. Oh, the Queen of Cups is here. There she is. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Page of Swords, Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands. What are we dealing with here? You guys are feeling like you're maybe split in a lot of different directions right now. It's a work-related thing, or at least it's a status-related thing. The Queen of Cups is here. Look at that beautiful visual. Page of Swords is here. Page of Swords is here. Feels like you're being hard on yourself. That Page of Swords, you're being really hard on yourself. Feels like you've had a bit of a tough go. And the 7 of Wands is there, which is just like, what do I do next? Like, I just feel a little bit defeated, and I'm not sure what's next, okay? Queen of Cups, though, trust that inner instinct. Trust that instinct. The North Node, you feel like you're not in French we say sur ton X. It feels like you're not on the mark, like you're headed in the wrong direction. You're really questioning a lot. Allow those questions to continue to percolate. But I feel like with the Queen, the Page, and the 7 of Wands here, it feels like you're not feeling grounded in who you are, and you're not feeling sure of yourself and who you are. And I think that that's a little bit like dommage, we would say in French. It's a little bit unfortunate because there is opportunity around you. You just have to be willing to look at things maybe in a different way. You're tired. Tired is coming to me. Tired. Leo, you're tired. Let's just let it go for a bit. Let's just let it go. Why don't we take the month of June off? Can you take the month of June off? Not physically off, okay? We know we can't do that. But why don't you just prioritize your well-being? Why don't you just sleep a little more, relax a little more, do a little more for what feels good for your heart and your soul? For your soul, do a little more of that. Because you are just kind of spiraling, and you're spinning your wheels, and you're frustrated, and you're not getting the results and the applause, and Leo loves that. And it just feels like right now you're like, did I miss the boat? Why wasn't it me? Why am I falling short? All of that. Let's just rest in June. Let's just rest in June, okay? Virgos, what are we dealing with? Virgos, jump card. Your masculine energy, Virgos, your masculine energy. What is the story with the masculine energy for Virgos? What are we dealing with, Virgos? Okay. Virgos, where are you headed through Cancer season? Boom. Patience. Virgos, patience, patience, patience. The Lover's card is here, and it's the masculine energy Lover's card. So I feel like you are in your masculine energy. Something has changed recently in your life, and that has really kind of maybe stalled. We know that Virgos are perfectionists. We know that to be true. So is your sense of perfectionism, are you being extra hard on yourself? that would be in the male energy of the Lovers card here. Virgos, you guys are a feminine energy sign. Virgo feels like they can tune into exactly what they need and what people around them need, and they're willing to show up for that. Temperance is here. Patience, 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 patience. There's not a lot of patience right now. Not a lot of patience, not a lot of forgiveness, not a lot of just compassion for yourself right now. It feels like you're in a go, 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 prove yourself mode. And you're trying, except for you're feeling a little bit defeated. Like what you're trying isn't actually proving itself to give you the results that you like, or that your expectations, your mind has set out for you. Be willing to see things differently. Be willing to see things differently throughout the month of June, Virgo. So I feel like that's where it's at. Get out of your own way, get out of your head, get out of the 3D, have patience and love for yourself and everything you're trying right now. This card is a big card for me in the context of this reading, because this card for me feels like you are trying so hard and you're trying to dance with the plot twist and the like turn cough, but you're coming up just short of yourself, and it's giving you a run for your money. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. You're doing it. You're dancing with life right now. You're dancing with life. You're dancing with change. You're exploring opportunities. Get out of your head. Get out of your head in June, okay? Get out of the 3D in June. Give yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. Change is around. Change is upon you. And it's time for you to be a little bit uncomfortable. That's what change does for us, so we can see the magic. The Queen of Wands is already here for Libra. Libras. What are we going through, Libras, for the month of June? Libras. Where are we at, Libras? Boy, oh my goodness, okay. Libra loves. Something is going. Something has exited your life and left you feeling a little bit overwhelmed. It came abruptly. The Tower and Aquarius are here. And it's seeing you grow through these sort of like the discomfort and these growing pains. So the Queen of Swords is reversed. The Tower card is reversed. The Queen of Wands is here. You know what you got to do next. You know what you got to do next. I think there's an element, Libra. You can stay a little bit stuck in the past. You don't want to do that, okay? You want to let go of what the past has served and offered you. You just want to cut, like just cut it, let it go, let it go. 12th house is here, surrender card. 12th house is also a space of really letting go and just being removed from a situation. The cards here are not relational, it's not emotional. It feels like it's a really big scenario around what needed to go went, and now perhaps you're struggling a little bit with the mental anguish of how you treated a situation, maybe how you treated someone in a situation. Were you fair in the situation? Did you dance properly with the plot twist? Did you act properly in the scenario? Libras can be extremely hard on themselves around what is fair. And I think it's time for you to just take a step back, pause, take a step back and pause. There's been a lot going on for you here between Aquarius reverse and the Tower reverse, just to have to deal with that kind of like out of the blue scenario. You did it. You danced with that situation. Now you will consider these two cards together. And I think this is really powerful. This will show you the way forward, and it will show you that you know the way forward, but you need to be able to take some space and some time away from the outside world, away from all the noise. Very interesting contrast in June, because June typically is a very like social month. So for you Libras, it's really important that you conserve your energy through everything that has just occurred. You need a little bit of a break. What are Scorpios going through the month of June? What is the read on Scorpio energy? Scorpios, what are we feeling? Feels like you're almost there, Scorpios. Definitely in your head a bit, feeling very defeated, feeling quite stuck actually. But oh, the Empress is here. I love this for you guys. Your intuition is not wrong and it is not leading you astray. But the devil is reversed, so you're reluctant to look at where you feel stuck. You're getting frustrated by where you feel stuck instead of allowing it to show you a pivot or a way that you can kind of redirect your priorities. The Seven of Wands is also here. You're just tired. You're just tired. You've been putting it all in, and you've been putting it all in like non-stop. Like you've been giving it like day to day to day to day to day to day to day. And the results, I mean, the Three of Pentacles is here. This doesn't feel 100% on the mark for you. You know, is it you and two other people? Feels like it could be that. Perhaps trying to put things together, trying to build something that feels like maybe it's fallen a little bit short. I think what's really important is there's another 3 card here, the Empress, the 3 Arcana next to the 3 of Pentacles. I think that magic together can show you what the next move is. June is going to be a little bit of the energy. Can I just get one card as kind of an overall omen for Scorpio? Like, what are they moving into for the month of June as a result of this? You're still, you know, resting on a little bit on your laurels is what's coming to me. So King of Pentacles is here. So it's not a time to make great moves or great strides. This feels like it's a time to relax. The Seven of Wands adjacent the 6th house card here, it feels like it's time to just do the bare minimum in a way. Okay, you're just showing up. We're not trying to do more. We're not trying to do more. There's a healing quality to this. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing healing through this. I'm hearing don't make any plans. Just do the bare minimum, and don't hyperfixate on what is not occurring or happening in the way that you imagine. Try and let it be, because you're living in the container of your own evil. You're living in the container of your mind's eye, and that's not necessarily the truth. You're working very hard though. You're working very hard. You're working very hard. And you know what? Pluto is your ruler, and Pluto's been making a lot of aspects and just like pulling a lot of energy for a lot of us right now. And I feel like that impacts you. The other thing is Mars is your sub-ruler. Mars in Aries there is just seeing you kind of like want to go, 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 go. And the ego is definitely activated through that. So it's not easy, c'est pas facile, but you got the stamina and the endurance to make it work. Just try and relax a bit through the month of June. Let's get Sagittarius. Sagittarius, how are you guys doing? Let's see here. Oh, Jupiter. I love that card for you guys because Jupiter's your ruler, Sag. So Sag, through the month of June, what are you going to be dealing with? Jupiter, you're connecting to your intuition. Ooh, Jupiter, Sagittarius. Guys, oh my God. Okay, so listen. It's all good around you guys. Oh my God, the Magician's here. High Priestess is here. Look at this. High Priestess is here. The Magician's here. Okay? What do you want? What do you want? Jupiter's here. 8 of Pentacles is here. The thing that you want hasn't come to fruition. It will not come into fruition in the month of June until you connect with the truth of the matter, until you connect with a little bit of your healing. Pisces reversed is here. This feels like you've got to be willing to look at your vices, and you got to be willing to look at where you're getting yourself low and down, and where you're disconnecting from what's really around you, the abundance that is around you. Are you being a bit lazy? That's kind of coming to mind. If you were to get really honest with yourself, Sag, what is going on here? Like, have you been a little bit closed-minded around what life is asking you to look at? Instead, have you looked at the glass being half? I mean, the glass tends to be half full with Sagittarius energy, but your intuition right now feels like it's a little bit off, and you're focused on, I should have gotten that blessing. I should have had that. I feel sorry for myself. Woe is me. No, no more woe is me. The cards here are beautiful. Pisces, 8 of Pentacles reversed. Jupiter reversed. Look at this. It's time to spend some time alone looking at what this really means to you. The thing that you want, especially it feels like it's your joy. Your joy. The joy that you really want to occur. What do you need to put in? You got to put in the legwork. Feels like you're telling yourself a story, and the second that you put in the work, and the second that you show up and ask for what it is that you want without self-denying, look at this. The magic is there. You will be granted your wish. I'm gonna leave it at that because I mean that's really powerful. That just feels like Sagittarius through the month of June. Work with that Jupiter moving through Gemini energy. Seek out what you want. Socialize, connect with people, get different ideas going, see what's on the table, see what's available to you. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop telling yourself a story. Sag loves a story. Don't tell yourself a story that you're not worthy or that it's not available to you. Get out of the rut. Capricorn. What is Capricorn going through the month of June? Capricorn, what are you guys going through the month of June? Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, here we go. So right now, you guys your relationships are feeling a little bit off. It feels like maybe you're putting in a little bit of work, a lot of work perhaps, as from your perspective. Doesn't feel like it's coming to fruition. The King of Wands is here. You're really trying, you know, and you're putting all the moves, and we split the deck to the King of Wands. So you're putting in all the moves, and you're really trying. The Ten of Pentacles is here. It feels like there's success around that relationship, but you feel a little bit of miss in the mark because the seventh house card is here. So you've been trying really hard to make something happen. That being said, Five of Swords and Two of Cups is here. So the emotional strife that is in the equation is like just getting you a little bit down. Temperance just flew up. So we have Temperance here, Capricorn. This is a relationship story for you. This is really uncomfortable for you. Through the month of June, I think it's really important that you engage with the score that you want to play out. Your relationships are a mirror of where you're at mentally. Something has come up that has just kind of, it feels like it set you back. It feels like you set you back. Like there's no cups. I mean, there's one cups here. There's Two of Cups. So, but it feels like the relationship aspect hasn't provided the results that you've hoped or set yourself up for the work that you decided you put into the situation. And as a result of that, you're telling yourself a story that you are not worthy. Patience. Do you have patience in you, Capricorn? Do you have patience in you? What is this relationship teaching you? What is this relationship teaching you about what you really need to be willing to look at, or how you're committing? It feels like you're saying you're committing in a certain way to this goal, but for you, everything's an echelon or a milestone, and you want to be really honest with that. The Queen of Wands is here. It feels like you're planning something else. Quit the planning. Come in with your emotions. It takes emotional intelligence to be able to navigate relationships, Capricorn. Not everything is work related. Certainly not relationships, and vulnerability. Okay, let's see it for Aquarius. How's Aquarius going to navigate the month of June? Jump card. Your Aquarius. Okay, what's happening here, Aquarius? Scorpio card is the first card that came up. So already we see that there's a shadow side. There's something that's come up that you don't necessarily want to face. Blessings are around you. The Magician is here. The Magician's really been showing up, eh? Five of Swords. You're working really hard on something, but you don't feel like you're getting the results you deserve. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. And the King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Okay. I love this card. Look at this. Ace of Cups. So there's a relational opportunity that kind of just missed the mark. There's something that missed the mark here. You feel like you've been fighting for it, and it's time to get honest. It's time to get honest and move away from the fear, because the Scorpio card is here, and the truth is here. The truth is here. Except for you're not willing to look at it, and instead you're focused on how can I make this right by proving myself. Proving yourself, Aquarius, is ego energy. There's a lack of willing to get vulnerable and surrender to the situation and face where you feel intimidated or fearful or not enough in the situation. What emotional invitation? There's an emotional invitation that is occurring, and it's almost like you're scared to go there. You're scared to go there. In June, this situation will continue to prove itself, and you will continue to feel defeated by this until you stop leading with material and you start leading with vulnerability in the heart. Release the fear. Release the fear. Face the magic. Release the fear. Face the magic. Aquarius has trouble connecting with the emotional side of things. It tends to just pivot when it needs to pivot, and it will abandon a situation if it needs to abandon it. So sometimes that can make a relational challenge really, really jarring and triggering. Be mindful of where you have your ego and your block and your typical patterns of coping up, Aquarius. Invite in a little love in the month of June. Pisces, what's up for you? Pisces. Let's see what's up for you this month. Pisces. Okay, Pisces, listen. Really? Sometimes I'm like, are the cards kidding me here? Are they kidding me here? Are you guys kidding me here? Pisces, what is Pisces dealing with for the month of June, guys? Come on, show me the month of June for Pisces. Pisces, it feels like it's going to be a really beautiful month for you, and I think that's because Neptune is in your sign, as well as Saturn. We know that Saturn's there, so it does feel like it's a little bit triggering. Your communication feels like it hasn't been able to come across as super, super clear recently. You felt like the things that you've been asking for, your intuition maybe has felt a little bit off recently. You felt a little bit disconnected. The magic is still around you, however, and I absolutely love this with a little more patience. Look at this. Fulfillment is around the corner. So the thing that you've been working on, have a little more grace and patience and temperance. This is a good word just in the context, temperance for yourself. Just a little more equal, like equality, equal space, equal holding space. There's an opportunity that will present itself to you in the month of June. It does feel like it's going to be an emotional fulfilling thing, so it's probably relational. That being said, Ten of Swords is here, and the Ten of Swords to me feels like it's Saturn. So this is like Saturn is moving through Pisces right now. It's about midway there, and I feel like this has been kind of cutting you off from your joy. Your joy will re-enter the equation through the month of June. This is great news. Let's focus on the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment for you, Pisces, through the month of June, and there will be an opportunity that will present itself for your emotional fulfillment. So I do feel like as a mutable sign, Gemini is also a mutable sign, so Jupiter moving through Gemini is actually riling things up for your benefit through the month of June. This card is concerning a little bit in the sense that you've been in your head, and it might have felt like a really lonely place, knowing what Pisces goes through when they get in their heads. It can get dark, and it can get deep, and it can get really, 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 really like a remote, really hard to access island. Give yourself a little more grace on this, okay? Let this be an invitation to connect to your strong, powerful intuition. I feel like these two cards together were just telling the story of you being really hard on yourself, feeling really disjointed from your feminine energy, and just not sure if there was going to be a break in the energy for you. But there is. Thank you guys so freaking much for watching this. That wraps up all 12 zodiac signs intuited by yours truly, Stephanie. Please give this a like, subscribe, and share it if you enjoyed this. I'm just gonna ask for one collective card for all of us quickly as an omen of June. What can we see? What can we hope for through the month of June, or what can we look for? What's coming up for us through the month of June? Hey guys, June is interesting. I mean, June is really interesting. The three cards that are here, we have three reversals. We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Arcana, the Moon. I just want you guys to know that we are feeling like we are up against the results. The results are in our mind though. We've created these scenarios for ourselves, and it doesn't feel like we're getting what we want. And I think it's because we're living in the fear of not having enough. We're living in the fear of wanting more, of not being lucky enough, of not getting what we want. The lack mindset is really, really strong right now. So don't let that control you. And I think that's a really great trio video just to show us that we're all kind of in the same boat regardless. I don't think June is going to let us off the hook, but I think the blessings are coming. I think this time is just really acutely a representation of how we need to kind of be honest with what's going on. And if you want things to come your way, you've got to be willing to let go of the expectation and let go of the created identity around how that thing will make you feel and how that thing will improve your life, and by not having it, how it's destroying your life. Look at that. Be willing to look at that. Be willing to look at yourself. The more you're willing to look at yourself, the more it will feel like you are being blessed. And I think that is like really, those blessings are really, really close. And I think in Gemini, Jupiter can move really, really fast with those blessings. But Pluto there, starting off the month, we need to be willing to face our fears. What are your fears? Your joy is on the other side of your fears. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.